there, my name's Pippa on the Pursue channel, and today we're going to do a 1-hour flow. It's my first time doing an online video, so I'm very excited about that, with the intention to find some self-care, to dive a little bit deeper into ourselves, into the spaces of the unknown. I think this time of solace is a really great time to get to know yourself a little bit better. We'll do some hip work, but really just where can we get cozy in the unknown, maybe in fear, and where can we find a little bit of peacefulness with all of the crazy chaos going on these days. So all you need for this class is a mat. If you like, when we're seated, you can grab a blanket or something or a block to have under your butt, but besides that, you should be good with no props. So you're just going to start in a seat. Find yourself in a comfortable seat. You can close your eyes to begin. Place your hands on your legs for a little bit of grounding, palms face down. Just take a moment to bring yourself into this space, into the room, checking in with your body. How's your heart feeling right now? Is there a general feeling of tension, a general feeling of ease? And can you just be right with that in this moment? Do a breath called Nadi Shodhana. It helps balance the two sides of the body, left and right, feminine and masculine. It's just really a nice, grounding, nourishing breath. So I'm actually gonna come a little closer. Take your hand into this mudra. You're gonna take your thumb, cover your right nostril, inhale, hold at the top of the breath, switch fingers covering your right nostril, exhaling through the other one. Inhaling through the nostril, cover, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, hold at the top, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, hold at the top, exhale through the left. Keep this going for a few more rounds, maybe lengthening through the inhale, lengthening through the exhale, not rushing through the spaces at the base of the exhale or the base of the inhale. Just do a few more rounds of this on your own. Switching which nostrils you're breathing through. Just starting to notice the effect it has on the body. Take a few more rounds like this. And then releasing your hands, letting that go. Just close your eyes for a moment. Notice how your inner state might be a little bit different from before that breath. Or maybe it's just the same, which is totally fine as well. From your seated position, if you're on your knees, switch to a cross-legged position. Just going to start to warm up the body a little bit. Walking your hand to the right. Reach your left arm over, find a nice little side stretch. And then inhale, reach up through your top arm, switching sides. Feel space in the ribs. Inhale, reaching through your top arm. Walk your hands forward, folding over the legs. Starting to feel the hips a little bit, especially with all the movement we're probably doing these days outside. That place can gain a lot of tension. Just let your head be heavy. Feel length in your spine. Next inhale, walk your hands up. Place your left hand under your butt and drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Get a little neck stretch here. You can let your chin drop towards your sternum. Inhaling, coming to center. Exhale, let your ear drop towards your shoulder, chin to chest. Inhale to lengthen up. Find a few more circles like this at your own pace. Linking breath to movement, using this time to continue to settle into your body. Coming to rest your head stacked over your shoulders. Switch hands, so right hand under your bum, left hand out to the side. This time dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. Just rest there for a moment and let your chin fall towards your sternum. Inhaling back to center. Finding a few neck rolls like this. Any spots that feel particularly sticky? Can take some time there. Eyes can be open or closed. Starting to explore those unknown spaces, the tight spaces, what causes that tension. Maybe one more on this side. And then switching which leg is in front. Lengthen through your spine. Just going to find a gentle twist. Left hand to right knee. Gaze over your shoulder. Inhale to find length. Exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper. Take 3 full breaths into the belly here. Ujjayi breath is in your practice. It can be really beneficial for twists. Next inhale, coming back to center. Switch sides. This time right hand's on the left knee. Twist towards the back of the rim. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist a little bit deeper. These twists might feel really good, especially if my body has not been twisting that much lately. It's a pretty amazing feeling. Next inhale, coming back to center. Walking your hands forward, getting a little bit into the hips on this side. Just taking a big breath. Letting the day go, or maybe welcoming in the day, depending what time it is that you're doing this video. And then walking your hands forward, come onto hands and knees. Line your shoulders over your hips. Go from the side, shoulder over your hips. Not shoulders, sorry. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. And an inhale, drop through the belly, arch through the spine. Exhale, round. Pressing your shoulder blades towards the ceiling. Inhaling, open through the chest. Exhale to round. Find a few more rounds of this on your own. Maybe any side to side movements that feel good here. I sometimes like to really get into my upper chest. Rolling around here. Making sure to switch directions. Making it even on both sides, and still noticing here the tight spaces. Spaces that immediately you get that crick. And without judgment, just asking, why? Why is that space always so tight? Finding a neutral spine. Inhale to lift your right arm up. Exhale, thread it under your left. Reach your left arm out. Take a few breaths here. Feeling that nice twist in the spine. We also face this way. Inhaling, finding length, exhaling, maybe twisting a little bit deeper. Just letting these stretches feel good, letting it feel juicy. Next inhale, walk your left hand back. Place your right hand down. Inhale, lift your left arm into the air. Exhaling, thread it under the right. Reach your right arms forward and find a little twist in your thoracic spine. Hips are relaxed. Really just the focus on the twist here. Staying in touch with your breath, staying in touch with your body. Breath, walk the hand back. Place your left hand next to your right. Inhale, arch through the spine, cat. Exhale to round. Bring your right knee in front of your left. We're just going to sit back into Gomukhasana legs. So my knees are stacked on top of each other. Another way to just start to get into the hips to warm them up. Inhale, I find a little bit more length. I'll scoot back. And then maybe walk your hands over to get a little bit deeper. Breathe into the outer hip. I think this is one of the best ways to kind of get the body to want to start moving, is to come into these still poses. Just noticing where your mind goes, where the tension is. Next, inhale, walking your hands forward, coming back onto hands and knees. Arching through the chest, cat, rounding. This time, other knee comes in front, left knee. Sit back on the ground. Also, always an option here to have your bottom leg straight, if that is more in your practice. Inhale, find length. Exhale, walk forward. Breathe here. Into the outer hips, into wherever it is that you're feeling tension. One more breath. Walking your hands forward. Find your ways back to hands and knees. We're going to start to get a little bit more movement in the body, get a little more fluid. So on an exhale, come to child's pose. Inhale, rounding through the back, cow. Exhale, open up your clavicles, cat. Bring your shoulder blades past your fingertips, bring your chest to the earth, chin to the earth, pull through to cobra. Take a breath here, press back to child's pose. So this is the flow. I'll talk you through it a few more times. Inhale, rounding through the back. Exhale, arch through the spine. Inhale, bring your shoulder blades past your fingertips. Bring your chest to the earth. Pull through to cobra, pressing your toes into the ground, lifting through the chest. Exhaling to press back to child's pose. Flow through this a few more times at your own pace. I will just be quiet. Let this feel like a moving meditation. Taking enough time in each pose to really feel all the quality of that shape. Not rushing the transitions either. Holding each one with reverence. Inhaling, round. Exhale, arch. Inhale, shoulders past fingertips. Exhale, chest to the ground. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Just take one more. Breath to movement. And this time, when you're in child's pose, spread your fingertips wide, tuck your toes under, press back to downward dog. First downward dog of the practice, pedal out through your feet. Wrap your shoulder blades away from your ears. Bring your gaze either right below your head or further in between your feet. Sometimes I like to find a deep bend in my knees to find a little bit more length in the tailbone. Hopefully finding a little stretch in the calves. Next inhale, find a deep bend in your knees. Roll forward to plank. Exhale, press back to downward dog. Inhaling, bend in the knees. Exhale, roll forward to plank. Downward dog. Finding rhythm with this, bending through the knees, rolling forward, pressing back. How fluid can you make this movement? Can it feel almost weightless as your body works as one unit together? Breath to movement. Take 3 more. Maybe the triceps are burning a little bit. Maybe that's just me. And then hold in plank. Feet hip width apart. Drop, go this way. Drop the outer edge of your left foot to the ground, inner edge of your right foot. Lift your right arm in the air, side plank variation. Take a breath here. Option to stay here or to lift the top leg. You're like an X. Option to stay here or to flip the dog open. Opening into your chest, take a breath. Reach through your chest towards the front of the room. Whoa, pull out of your lower back. And place your hand back on the ground. Feet hip width apart. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. And then bring your weight into your right hand. Left arm reaches, side plank variation. Stay here. Or lift your left leg into the air, top leg into the air. Stay here or flip the dog. Open through your chest. Find a few breaths. Come back to plank. And then press back to downward dog. Gaze towards the front of the mat and walk your feet in between your hands. Inhale to find a halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward. Just hang here. Let your head be heavy. It's good to have lots of layers on if you don't have a heated room. Let your head be heavy. Let yourself feel space in between your vertebrae. You can either just let your arms hang, maybe find a little sway side to side. You can interlace your hands behind your neck. Put a little more weight in your head. And while you're here, dangling, just bring to mind one thing about yourself that you're grateful for. And bring to mind one thing about yourself that is unknown, that is mysterious, that is something in this time of solitary, that you want to dive more into. Next, inhale, engaging through your belly, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back. Taking a few shoulder rolls here. And bringing your hands to heart center. Bring an intention to mind and plant that seed of the intention right in the center of your palms, holding space for it there. Taking time with this to cherish it, to hold it dear. Next inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bending through your arms, reach your chest towards the ceiling, finding cactus arms. Little chest opening here. Inhale to reach your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Lowering either through knees, chest, chin, or to chaturanga. Inhaling up dog or cobra. Exhaling down dog. Take 3 breaths here. Pedal out the feet if you need to. Next inhale, gaze towards the front of your mat and step or jump to the top. On an inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to sweep your arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Next inhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Again, open through your chest. Let your tailbone drop. Exhaling, keeping your hands interlaced, fold forward. Let your head be heavy. Let your hands fall almost over your head, it would feel like. Inhale, release the clasp, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Lowering either knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedal out through the feet. Next inhale, gaze towards your fingertips. Exhale, jump or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Next inhale, reach your arms up. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Stretch to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, stretch in the other direction. Grabbing the opposite wrist. Inhale, come back to center. Reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. On an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Oh, feel the juiciness. Exhale, downward dog. 3 breaths here, full breaths into the belly. Check back in. After you've completed your 3rd breath, lift right leg into the air. Hold there for a moment, reach the ball of your foot towards the ceiling. Ground the left heel down as you reach the right ball of the foot up. Spread through your toes. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Next inhale, bring the foot in between your hands. Right foot in between your hands. Left knee grounds as you sweep your arms up. Find a few sweeps of the arms. So inhale, reach your arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, let them open, opening through the chest. Inhale to sweep forward. Exhale to open. A few more. Bending a little bit more into the front knee. And lengthening out. Next time your arms up, bring them to the inside of your foot. Walk your foot a little bit to the outside of your mat. like so. So you're coming into a deeper hip stretch here. Your back foot can be grounded, or you can lift your back knee off of the ground. The right foot you can either come onto the outer edge of. I also like to take my right hand and press against that knee. Face this way. Press against that knee. Open through the chest. One more breath here. Ground the back knee down, lengthen through the front leg. Come into a hamstring stretch. Breathe into the belly of the hamstring here. On your inhale, sending the breath there. Exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into the stretch. Inhale, you can lift up through the chest. Exhale, you can fold over your leg. Take 5 full breaths. My legs are probably really tight with all of the running. If you want, you can play with which way your toes are pointing. It can help send the stretch into different areas of the hamstring. Next, inhale, bend into your front knee. Kick your back foot, or ground your left hand into the ground, reach your right arm up into a twist. Option to stay here. Lift your back toes up, grab the outer edge of the foot. Kick your foot into your hand. Open through the chest. Take a few full breaths here. Inhale, send your breath up the spine. Exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper. Kick your foot into your hand, let it open through your chest. Releasing your foot. Walk your left or right foot over towards your left hand. Come into pigeon legs. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. Back toes are facing towards the back of the room. Find opening in your chest, and then walk your hands forward. Folding over your front leg in pigeon pose. We're not here long. See if you can just settle in for these brief moments. Inhaling into the hip, exhaling, letting go. Inhaling into the hip and exhaling to let go. Take 3 more full breaths. Not rushing. On the bottom of the final exhale, walk your hands back towards your leg. Reach your right leg into the air. Maybe open up through the hip. Circles in the ankle. Place your right foot by your left. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, bend into the knees. Press back to downward dog. Find a few more rolls like this, like we did at the beginning of the class. Letting your body feel like a wave. Hopefully it feels a little bit more fluid than it did at the beginning, as we're still continuing to wake up the body. Next time you find yourself in downward dog, this time lift the left leg in the air. Reach through the ball of the foot. ground your right heel down, letting it be heavy. As the left leg becomes lighter, the ball of the foot becomes lighter. Inhale, bringing your knee to chest. Exhale, place your foot in between your hands. Bring your back knee down. Reach your arms towards the ceiling or sky, depending where you're doing this. Inhale to reach, exhale, open through the arms. Inhale, sweep towards the ceiling. Exhale to open. Inhale to sweep. Just find a few rounds of this, opening up the chest, opening up the psoas, letting it feel fluid. Next time your arms are in the air, bring your hands to the inside of your left foot this time. Switch sides of that. Inside of your left foot. Tuck your back toes under. You can lift your back knee up. Coming into a deeper psoas stretch. You can stay with your knee lifted. If this is too much, you can always bring it to the ground. Also option to take your left hand inside your left knee. Press it away. Find a little bit of space here. Breathe into the hips. Come onto the outer edge of that left foot if you'd like. And placing the hands down. Bring your back knee to the ground. Lengthen through your front leg. Find a nice deep stretch in the hamstring. Inhale to lengthen through your chest. Exhale, fold over your leg. 5 full breaths right into the belly of the hamstring. Keeping a nice flex in your grounded leg. Keeping your hips square towards the front of the room. Where is there tension that exists that doesn't need to? Maybe in your jaw, maybe in your toes, your fingers, your shoulders. Take 2 more breaths there. And then bending into your front knee, ground through right hand this time. Lift your left arm up, coming into a grounded twist. Option to stay here or to kick your back toes off of the ground. Grab the outer edge of the foot, kick into your hands as you open through your chest. As you kick, let that spin you a little bit more open, feeling that nice twist in your belly. Inhale to find length in the chest. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And letting your back foot go. Bring your hands to the ground. This time, walk your left foot towards your right hand, coming into pigeon. On an inhale, find length in your chest. On an exhale, fold over your front knee. Let your head be heavy, let your shoulders go, let your jaw go. Where can you settle in here? Where can you let go? Where does tension exist that it doesn't need to? What is a part of you that is completely mysterious in this pigeon? Take 3 more breaths. Really full, deep breaths. at the bottom of your final breath. And walk your hands back towards your knees. Find a little opening in your chest. And then unwind into downward dog. Again here, press your heels towards the ground. Inhale, roll forward into plank. Exhale, bending through the knees. Come back into downward dog. Finding these undulations in the spine. You did at the beginning of class. Take about 5 here. 5 flowing undulations. Once you've completed those 5 rounds, we'll meet in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Once you're there, let your head hang heavy, let your arms be heavy. Maybe finding a deep bend in your knees to really let your torso go. And then inhaling, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. Stacking your shoulders over your hips. You're going to go into a little standing leg hippie flow. So, grounding into your left foot, bring your right foot into a figure 4, ankle right above the knee. Bring your hands to heart center and start to bend into your standing leg. Sink your butt low. Ground through the standing foot. Inhale to find length in your chest. Exhale, sink the butt down. Like you're just letting your tailbone and the weight of that sink you into the earth. Not clenching or grasping in any places that aren't necessary. You can stay here, or you can bring your hands to the ground. Make this a little more stretchy. Sometimes I like to hook my right foot around my left arm. Just feels secure and helps get a little bit deeper stretch. Option to stay here, or to again lift the torso up with hands to heart center, and bring your right elbow into your left inner arch. So I'm twisting, I'm twisting, I'm twisting. Getting my elbow into my foot. Pressing a little bit to get a little more opening in the chest. Woo! And then coming back to center. You cannot falling over. Taking a breath there. Let your right leg slide over your left. Left arm comes on top of right. Come into eagle. Sink down. Inhale to find length in the chest. Exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper. You're squeezing with your arms, you're squeezing with your legs. Options, if that's not comfortable, you can take your arms, grab them on your shoulders, or you can take your bottom foot like a little kickstand, which I'm doing right now. Sink a little bit lower. Take 3 more breaths here. Keeping your legs as they are, reach your right leg back, ground into the left. Warrior 3 variation here. My arms are still in eagle. Take 3 full breaths. Exhaling, bring your toes to the ground, runner's lunge. Arms are still in eagle. Take a breath there. Just double check to make sure your knee is lined over your ankle. Reach your arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop your torso to the inside of your right leg, left leg. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, drop the arms, torso on the inside of the leg. Inhale to reach up. One more time, dropping the body to the inside. This time, unwind the arms, grab your left hand down, reach your right arm up. Warrior 2 variation here. We're going right into this just to kind of see how your body might resist. 3 breaths. Finding length through both sides of the body. Inhale, reach through your top arm, warrior 2. Come a little more onto my mat. Sink deep into the front leg, ground through the outer edge of the back foot. Relax through your shoulders, reach through your fingertips. Gaze is over the front fingertips. Find your reverse, reach your top arm up, then lengthen the ribs. Inhale to reach up through your top arm. Face your toes towards the front of the room, so they're parallel. Bring your hands to heart center. Then we're just going to find a little bend in the knees side to side. Face your torsos upright. You're kind of sliding through space. Then bring your torso parallel to the ground, so your butt and your shoulders are at the same height. So hopefully dive into your hips a little bit more. Dive into those strong gluteus maximus muscles. Take a few more on each side. And then lifting your torso up, we're going to come into goddess pose. Sink your butt down low, reach up through your chest. Give your toes a little wiggle. Bring the weight into your heels, sink your butt lower. Inhale, send your breath up through your spine. Exhale, sink down. Don't be afraid of this being difficult. Notice where it's tight. 5 full breaths. Inhaling up the spine. Exhaling down the spine. Where can you let go here? And where can you go deeper? How about 2 more breaths? When you've completed those, don't jump out. Instead, lift your right heel, lift your left heel, sink your butt down, maybe shake a little bit. And then press your heels into the ground, straighten through your legs. Toes face again towards the front of the room. Place your hands on your hips. Open through your chest, come into a wide leg forward fold. Placing your hands on the ground. Inhale to find a little halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward. Maybe letting out an audible sigh if that feels good. Let your head be heavy. Option here to maybe grab your 2 big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, folding forward. Can you again find space between your vertebrae? Find relaxation in the neck. Three more breaths. Inhale, halfway lift. Before diving into the other side, we're going to come into frog pose. So just bending into your knees. Take the inside of my knee, place it down on the mat. Legs come out to the side and I walk forward. This is a really good inner hip stretch. I think I'm also going to do it from this way so it's a little more clear. So I bring my inner knees, my feet are out like a frog. My toes point towards either side of the room and then I come onto my elbows. You can play with your hips being forward or back. Just kind of wherever that juicy spot is. And see if here you can let go. How much can you settle in? And how much is there kind of immediate resistance once you get into this pose? For me, it's pretty immediate. Play with maybe pushing your hips a little farther back, or not pushing, easing your hips a little farther back. Be easing them forward, seeing what feels good. Maybe finding a little tuck in the pelvis, a little tilt. Something rolled under the knees here can also be really helpful. Take one more breath. And bring the toes to touch. Be gentle getting out of this. Toes to touch. Come up onto your forearms, knees to touch. Come into a little ball. Come up onto your toes. Bring your hands to heart center. Balance here for a moment. And then very slowly make your way to standing. Almost imperceivably, I'm pressing into my feet, lifting and holding. Lift, hold, whoo. Lift, hold. All the way up to stand. Give my legs a little shake, shoulders a little shake, whole body a little shake. Okay. We're gonna go right through that on the other side. So, this time grounding into the right foot. Left ankle comes above her right knee. Hands to heart. Inhale, find length in your chest. Exhale, sitting back into figure four. Maybe physically moving your foot up your knee. Inhale to find length. Exhale, drop the tailbone down. Take a few breaths here before getting into any other pose. Just feeling, noticing if the right hip has a tendency to pop out and hugging that in. Maybe that stops your mobility. Play with what helps it. Notice what hinders your mobility, and notice what brings ease. Maybe sink a little bit deeper. Option to stay here, or bring your hands to the ground. Inhale, finding length through your chest. Exhale, folding over that bent knee. Not losing contact with your breath here. Deep, full inhales. Deep, full exhales. Keeping your foot flexed, maybe hugging it around the right arm. Option to either stay here or coming back up, hands to heart center. Find that twist. This time, left elbow comes to the inside of the right foot. Whew, I'm tighter on this side. Feel opening in your chest. Any variation will do. 3 breaths. Whew, we're staying where you are. Being okay if you're wobbly. Being okay and amazed if you're not. And then coming into eagle pose. Slide your left leg over. Right arm comes on top. And then sink down. Let your butt be heavy as your arms reach up. Take a breath here into the spine. Reach your elbows higher, sink your butt down. Notice how after that intense hip play, this pose maybe feels a little different than normal. 3 breaths. And then unwinding, but keeping the arms as they are. This time the left leg reaches back. Coming into warrior 3 variation. Length through your spine, reach through your back foot, reach through your hands. Let this feel alive, let this feel charged. Bring your back toes to the earth. Open through your chest. Maybe readjust on your mat. Inhale, reach your arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the elbows, torso, chest to the inside of the leg. Inhale to reach up, staying stable in your legs. Exhale to come to the inside. Inhale to reach. Exhale to come to the inside. One more time, reaching up. This time when you come down, place your back foot on the earth, right hand on the inside of the right leg, left arm reaches up, side ankle variation. Hug your outer right hip in towards the center line. Open through the torso, ground through the outer edge of the back foot. You can gaze up towards your fingertips if that's comfortable, or just gaze to the front of the room. 3 full breaths. Next inhale, reach up through the top arm. Reach out through your arms, warrior 2. Gaze over the front fingertips. Sink a little bit lower in your hips. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Reverse your warrior, reaching your top arm up. Inhale to reach up through the top arm. Hands to heart center, bending through the knees. Again, find that side to side Skandasana. If you liked what we did earlier, with your torso parallel to the ground, you can do that. If you want this to get a little more stretchy, bring your hands to the ground and find a more easeful, juicy little hip opener. Staying where you need to. Moving when you need to. Coming back to center, come up to goddess pose, ground through your feet, hands to heart center. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, drop through your hips. You can bring your hands to your quads. Exhale, drop your shoulder, open to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop your other shoulder, finding a twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhaling to center. Exhaling to twist. Come back up. Lift your torso up. Lift your heels up. Sink your butt low. Hold. Lift your heels a little higher. Sink your butt a little lower. One more breath. And letting that go. Face your toes towards the front of the room. Find length in your chest. On an inhale. Exhale to fold over your legs. Let your head go. You can take the same variation we did on the other side if you'd like, grabbing your big toes. Or if you want to interlace your hands behind your back, let them fall over your head. Breathe here. Wiggle your toes a little bit, let go. Lengthening the inhales and lengthening the exhales. Next inhale, walk your hands forward. We're going to come back into that stretch. So bringing your knees to the ground, toes out towards the side, frog pose. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. Exhale, bring your elbows to the ground. Maybe move your hips back a little bit more. And notice how the second time getting into this, it maybe, hopefully, feels a little bit better. Just breathe here. starting to wind down. Three more breaths. And at the end, the bottom, your third breath, walk your toes towards each other, walk your knees towards each other, squeeze everything in, tight like a little ball, hands to heart center, press up through your feet, ground your heels, bring your hands together, press your palms together, feel the warmth in your hands, close your eyes. Just take 3 full breaths, taking a quick body scan. And coming to the front of your mat, gently, slowly lower down all the way to your butt. Slow as you can until you're there. Bring your feet onto the ground, hip width apart, knees bent. Bring your hands behind your back, fingers facing towards your bum. On an inhale, ground through your feet, lift up through your hips, open into a reverse tabletop. You can keep your gaze towards the ceiling, feeling a nice stretch through the top of the shoulders. 3 breaths. Lowering your butt to the ground, lengthen out through your legs. You can pull the flesh out from under your sits bones. Inhale, find length through the chest. Exhale to fold forward over your legs. You can just do a normal forward fold. Something I've been really into lately, especially because my back has been very tight, is grounding my feet on the earth and then folding my torso over as a form of a forward fold, which I think just gives a lot of release to the spine, to the low back, to the upper back, mid back. Let go here in whatever forward fold you've chosen. How can you sink a little bit deeper? Next, inhale, walk your hands up your legs. Bring your arms out in front of you. Really slowly, we're going to lower 1 vertebrae at a time down onto our backs. So as slowly as you can, lowering down. Maybe if you find a spot with a tremble, holding there, embracing that, feeling the power of that. And then eventually making it all the way down to lying on your back. Once you're here, just take a full inhale and an audible exhale. Letting out any stress, letting out any tension you're still holding on to. I'm going to come into a reclined pigeon. Ground your left foot on the earth. Right ankle comes on top. Thread your hands through that space and either grab shin or back of the quad, hamstring. Inhale, breathe into your hip. Exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper. Breathe into your low belly here as you begin to really slow down, to really start to find calm. Place your left foot back on the earth. keeping your legs in a figure four of sorts. Just bring your left inner knee towards the ground, right leg rests on top. Get a nice little outer hip stretch here, the weight of your right leg on your left knee, giving some traction. Oh, I love this. Take 3 full breaths here. One more breath. And the exhale, bring your legs back up. Before we dive into the other side, find a happy baby. Either grabbing the outer edges of your shin or the outer edges of your feet. Kick your feet into your hands. Maybe find a little rock side to side. And then letting that go, ground your feet back on the earth. This time your left knee comes on top, left ankle comes on top of the right knee. Thread your hands through the gap. Pull your shin or your hamstring towards your chest. Figure four again on the ground, flexing through your feet. Breathe here. Inhale, let your breath swirl around your pelvis. Exhale, let anything go that needs to let go. Relax your shoulders. Three more breaths. And then grounding your right foot on the ground. This time bring your right inner knee towards the earth. Let your left leg rest right above the knee. Getting a nice little outer leg stretch here. Breathe into the lengthening. Feel it all the way through your side, wherever you may be feeling it. One more breath here. Bring your legs into center. Just give your knees a little hug into chest. And then relax out into Shavasana. Let your body take up some space here. Spread your arms out wide, spread your legs out wide. Let your pelvis be heavy on the earth. Your head be heavy, your shoulders heavy, feet heavy, hands heavy. And then bring a little bit of lightness to your chest. And just for the next couple of moments, be completely here. Allow yourself this time to rest. Allow yourself this time to rejuvenate. I have a passage to read from the Prophet while you lay in the Shavasana. It's about self-knowing, self-understanding. It's the cover of the book. And a man said, "Speak to us of self-knowledge." And he answered, saying, Your hearts know in silence the secrets of the days and the nights, but your ears thirst for the sound of your heart's knowledge. You would know in words that which you have always known in thought. You would touch with your fingers the naked body of your dreams. And it is well you should. The hidden wellspring of your soul must needs rise and run murmuring to the sea, and the treasure of your infinite depths would be revealed to your eyes. But let there be no scales to weigh your unknown treasure, and seek not the depths of your knowledge with staff or sounding line. For self is a sea, boundless and measureless. Start to bring your attention back to your breath. Find a little wiggle in your fingers, a little wiggle in your toes. Maybe find a nice full body stretch, reaching out through your arms and legs. And then rolling into the fetal position on either side. Take a breath here. Bring to mind a mystery of the self. Bring some joy to that, curiosity, love. And then pressing up to a seat. Bring your hands to heart center. Just send some gratitude to yourself for doing this practice. Some hope into the world. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day.